down right now. I'm like, yo, and my brother's like in the 30s, bro. Yo, he was chilling.
Babies use weed, and then
no, he smokes a lot of weed though.
Use shrooms.
My brother's like he's like a. Like he does his own thing right now. Like he has a whole business and everything, but he's chilling.
Yeah.
Oh wait, are we good? With talking about shrooms on the podcast? Okay. Well, we're in the podcast now, so
we're in the podcast.
We're in the podcast. So we're going to shrooms.
Kate, are you good with talking about?
I'm
shrooms?
good with talking about shrooms.
Yo. So what do you think of shrooms?
Okay, I think they're literally like what kind of started religion. Like all religion.
Oh yeah, isn't that like in Midsommar? Like they eat that at the beginning.
Oh wait,
sorry
hold
if
on.
that's a spoiler.
Hold on. I forgot. Let me introduce myself.
Oh right.
Will's in a podcast real quick.
Yeah, I'm a guest. Lounds, the host of the 420way podcast.
Of Thee420way podcast.
420way.
Yeah, exactly. And also the Will, vlog channel, YouTube channel coming really soon.
Hey.
You feel me? So like that's in the works. But season 2 is also on the way for the podcast. We're here. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be here.
CarboLoad.
It's been a long day. It's been a while, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. We've been longtime friends with Will. We've known him since high school. Well, not Joe. But me and Jake have known him since high school.
Football, man.
Yeah. Back in the day.
The days, man. That was 4 years ago, man. Old as hell.
That was wild.
Yo, my birthday just came up, bro. So like,
happy belated.
Thank you. I turned 22. I turned 22. So nice. I'm sorry. I'm like, yo. I started realizing I'm like, yo, I'm 22. I'm 22. Wait. Remember when I was 16?
Okay, yeah. You feel like time just flew by, right?
Yeah, bro. Like,
dude,
yo, every day, bro. And I'm like, this whole summer was mad fast too. I'm like, yo, please slow down, bro. I just got to 22. Like 21 it was long as fuck, but like it felt like it was gonna be fast, but it was just going fast. But I'm like, yo, chill. They got like my birthday at the end of the month, like towards the end of like the whole year month. Would it be considered the whole? No, it's not the end of the whole year because you gotta go.
We still got a couple more months.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I don't know why. You know why? For me, I don't know. I always just think because I come from September, going all the way down for some reason in my head.
Because it's the school semester. Yeah, school year.
What do you mean?
Like, do you feel that way because of school?
Because it's like the end of the year in September till May.
Yeah, because school. Yeah, and I think I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, school ruins everything. I'm not gonna lie. because like the way this shit was I'm like, yo, there's no. I can curse in here, right?
Yeah, sure.
I just want to make sure. You know what I mean? Because I'll censor myself, so I don't like bleep and curse. But yeah, like school ruined everything, bro. Like, because it made it seem like that, but it's like it's really not. Because every time when January comes, I'm always still shook. I'm like, oh yeah, this is the end of the month. Like, cause I'm like, damn, I don't know why I keep always feeling like it's
like June's like the end of the year, kind of vibe. Like that's how I feel it. And then like September's. Well, I used to feel it that way. Now I'm getting used to like January's the beginning, and then December's the end. But like before that school, I was like, oh yeah, next year, meaning the next school year, which starts in September. And then it's July.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day, bro. For the most part. You know what's crazy? If you guys really think about it, people spend most of their lives in school. A quarter of their life in school.
They do.
And like a quarter, like they don't go to school. You know, I don't knock it if you don't go to school, but they spend a quarter of their life in school. Like we spend a quarter, like because like literally, like think about it. What do you remember when you were 16? When you were 12? School. When you were 10?
All we knew was school.
Yeah.
School.
Yeah.
School.
I still don't remember everything.
Yeah. Like you learn some things, but like it's like it's basically been school. Yeah. And if not, like you were going through, like obviously I know what you were going through. Like everyone has their struggles and whatever they want to do with their life and how they there's like people go to school, people don't go to school, people go to school but they still in these predicaments. It's like I understand that shit, but it's like damn. And like anything outside you like you remember that shit, but like. A quarter of that, part of your memories and all of that will always still be, whether you go to school or not, school. I was in school. And I was like, school was part of my life for mad long. I'm just like, damn, no wonder why I hate it.
It's like you're forced to go there and like learn what they want you to learn.
Exactly.
I'm like, I want to learn my own things. Like, I don't care about some of this, care about some of it.
Yeah.
But like, I'm almost done with school now, and I don't know like what the real world feels like yet.
Yeah.
Like not having to go to school. Like, oh, next year I'll be in school.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
What?
I had to deal with that reality. I had to deal with that reality this year, and I'm gonna deal with it next year as well. Because it's like as much as I know in school, it's like yo, that shit was like me when I'm taking a semester off. You feel me? Because they're still doing the vaccine shit that you gotta take in before you go to school. I'm like, yo, can y'all just lift that shit? Because I really don't want to go and do that shit. Because I find it kind of unnecessary for like 2 reasons. It's like, why the fuck am I getting 2 shots for no reason? And I always want one, just to go to school. And it's the end of the. This is my end of my year. It's my last year. I do not want to do any of this shit. Like y'all can't give me a pass because I'm only here because of my senior year. I understand if I started when I was a freshman. But
wait, they're only doing your senior year?
Yeah, I took a semester off my senior year because of when COVID hit and shit, and then they started mandating the vaccine. But I said,
was that 2021?
20 was it 21?
2020.
2020 they started doing the vaccine.
Yeah.
Right?
It was the very end, but like 2021 was when they started
making it like mandate for everything, and then they lifted it for restaurants and everything else. Mm-hmm. I'm like, why not just a whole public school right now? But like, that's it. But like, we worried about monkeypox. But like,
now we're worried about that.
Now we're worried about monkeypox. But like, like here in the real world right now, bro.
Probably.
Okay. Like dealing with it, I was just like, yo, like this is it's fun, it's really fun, but you can get really caught up and like like money wise and like you're spending because you're not spending some of it on school no more or books or you know what I mean. And most of your day, like you really have to be busy throughout your day because it kind of makes you like you gotta really live the real world. Like dealing with bills, dealing with dealing with like the gas prices, just dealing with like yourself in general. Because a lot of times the more of yourself is school, like you feel me? Yeah. And a lot of times, like I'm not like, and it's crazy. I don't want to be like even meeting women is different. You feel me? Because like unless you're used to it already, like you know what I mean? Because like, remember school was out.
Oh yeah.
Everyone was forced to go to school. So like, or you just gotta go to school because you want to get this degree, or you want to, you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? So you're in a melting pot full of different people all over the place. So now think about it. It was so easy for like, I'll probably find me. You always think you'll find your girl in school. Yeah. But like I used to think I always knew for myself I can meet a girl anywhere. I don't give a fuck. It wasn't just school for me. But because school was so prevalent in your life, it kind of, when you really think about it deeply, it's like, I thought about it from the dating side, it's like, damn, like, I remember I just had a real melting pot just right there. I didn't really have to go nowhere. I could try. But it's like, damn, shit. Yeah. The real world is even way more fun. But it's like a lot more different experiences. Yeah. You just deal with a lot of different shit. So from you not trying to, you gotta just stay focused, stay busy. Also, you also know that you can't, especially where we live, undisclosed. I'm not gonna say it. Yeah. It's shit expensive. You know what I mean? Yeah. So shit's expensive. You know what I mean? It's really expensive.
You can say New York. I guess we can.
No. Yeah, no. You say New York.
But I'm sure everywhere is expensive too. Like,
well, yeah, particularly in our location.
We were very vague.
Yeah, no. But I'm talking about like living wise. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. No.
Living wise. That's what I'm trying to say.
Canada.
Like, yeah. Canada is crazy.
Yeah. Wild up
like
no.
Yeah. So like I personally say like yeah, school plays a big impact in your life. It also molds you to be like who you is. Because a lot of people who just, I feel like, everyone had different personalities in high school. Like everybody that you see in high school now, like as much as it is, nobody really talks to each other. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like sometimes, unless like it was like that selected group that you were with. But people know who you are, and that's what it is. But like high school, I feel like it had its advantages and disadvantages.
I feel like you're kind of like, you feel like you're friends with everyone.
Yeah.
And then when you're out of school and you're not seeing those kids every day, like you don't see them.
I'm not really friends with all of them, like as much as cause like when graduation hit, bro, dispersed. Everyone was like, huh? They're like, if you notice somebody on the street and we went to the same school, 2-second conversation.
Yeah. Pretty much.
You're going. You know what I mean? You're never gonna talk to that person ever again. Yeah. You feel me? And I realized that shit. I'm like, damn, like you really don't talk to really nobody unless the people that you choose to talk to every day or that you brought with you from high school then today. You feel me? Like you're not really talking to everybody every day, but you could be cool with people. You feel me? I really have cool relationships, and I understand that. I also understand high school also taught me a lot about. It taught you little things. It didn't teach you big things. Like certain math, no one really cared about that shit unless you going into that field. Yeah. But like. It taught you about a lot of things about people who are your associates versus people who are your actual homies. You know what I mean? I also learned like what are friends and what are like you have associates. There's friends and then there's like your peoples. So like people's like that's who you talk to every day. Friends are like people you talk to here and there, but you can hang out here, till there. Associates is like high and by. I don't even know you.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like you were in my school.
Yeah.
We had the same.
Person.
We had the same class.
Yeah, peers.
We were true. Like you know what I mean. Alright, cool. We shared a couple laughs inside school. But after this, we leave. I don't talk to you. You don't talk to me. And it's the weirdest thing ever. It's odd. It's odd, but it's kind of sad. But it's also kind of like it is what it is. Yeah. Because like those are some good connections in high school. Because that was like funny. That's how your peers, you just had to see everyone's different personality, and that shit was just fun. I feel like high school to me was just like it was weird. Like it was like a love and hate. I was gonna have a love and hate relationship for high school, but for college, man, even going to community college, I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it because I loved the whole college experience. I loved the whole college experience, but I hated the whole college experience. I don't like the money. I don't like having like especially if you going like I have to pay the tuition is crazy. Like you gotta pay that shit over with the loans and shit. But also I also had a disadvantage. I didn't really like college that much in a way because I feel like I always felt like college is a scam.
Oh, same.
Oh, yeah.
So we all think the same thing. So I'm like this. So we all think the same thing. The reason why college, think about it, like I'm going there, especially if my shit shouldn't even be a major. To be honest, seriously, like for there's a lot of things in college I find it such a scam that they make such a major so you to pay for it.
Yeah.
That's not a major. Like if you go to art, like art, like, so you drawing and shit. I don't feel like you need a degree for art.
You can get better at that on your own. Like just doing that act over and over again. That's how you really get skilled at it.
Exactly. And then people look at that, and then they're like, "Oh wow, like you really good at drawing because I took practice and time." You feel me? Yeah. Like I shouldn't have to go to if I want to play at college like to get into the major league sports. I shouldn't have to go to college to go do that because now we're doing sports. But I understand that now. I understand why they work together is because you're also trying to give athletes a something else besides,
Okay, I really feel like it's not. I feel like basically like sports teams are like just marketing that kind of teamed up with schools. Because I feel like a school's its own thing, and like when you like get signed or like given money to be an athlete, like you get full tuition paid. Like you go to the classes that just get you to pass because you need to pass school to play. But like if there wasn't any need for that, like it would still be the same exact thing. Like they help you out so much with your classes that I feel like you're really going there to play a sport. Like I know you're saying how it's different.
Yeah.
Like it's really like you don't need to go to school to be an athlete, right? I hear you saying that. But like it's kind of like it's its own thing that's just kind of attached hooked on to the schools.
Yeah.
Because they have these names too, and the money too.
It's like networking through.
Yeah, they're like the patrons
people.
of sports.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like the audience is like supplying that, and they also have the money from tuitions to like pay for that stuff.
You could say the same thing for art for some people. It's like especially for film schools. Like you say you go to NYU, people are like, oh shit, like you go to fucking NYU.
Yeah, I saw a bunny.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, there's a couple bunnies around here.
There's like a name and like this sort of prestige that comes with that, and it's like it's kind of bullshit. But at the same time, you're like, okay, I get it. It's sort of this networking thing. It's like you have to meet these people, and then like can like they can work on your film set or they can work on your film stuff or video. I don't know.
Yeah, as long as you have the connections, then you could like basically do anything. The more people for a production studio, then you could basically make a film right there. It's like a lot harder with one person.
That's what
like
people.
Everything.
Yeah, that's what people say for in defense of film schools. It's like most of it is networking. It's all about meeting the people that can help you.
It's the same as doing music.
Exactly.
Like you really don't need a degree in music.
Nope. Yeah.
Like that's a trade or like whatever or like would it be it'd be a trade. Yeah,
it's art.
Yeah.
So
it's
like,
art.
I don't feel like a trade is like
it's art.
labor.
It's art. Yeah. Like you know what I mean? Like I feel like that film stuff.
Yeah.
That's a trade.
Yeah.
That's a real trade because on honesty, television.
It's like
Netflix.
Everybody does. And now
Yeah, exactly.
Netflix.
It's everywhere. You know what I mean? It's entertainment that you watch on a daily.
Literally.
When every time you turn on your phone, somebody's filming somebody or something is being filmed. That is a trade because that is a need.
Unlimited job opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. No. That is a need for the public.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yep.
Now it is. back in the day it wasn't.
No.
Now you could just talk like we're doing right now, talk on, and no one has to look at us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now it should be, but now it's a trade because now we're all off. I feel like I said, you don't really, that's not a major. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm paying $500 or something, whatever, you know what I mean, $1,000 or whatever, you know, each tuition time, whatever, you got to pay that big old bill or whatever, $300, I don't give a fuck. But like, just for me to go do something that's really should be a trade, and y'all making me buy and take all these other unnecessary classes around it.
Oh no, completely.
Like math, social studies, this, that. I'm like, I don't care about none of that.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because
I
I
all
already
schools
did
do it, and they like say it's like to make you a well-rounded student.
Exactly.
Like, I go to school to learn this thing. I don't care about the other
trade
stuff.
this sort of
I'll pay because there can be an option where I don't take those classes and I pay less. Oh no, you're forcing me to take those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For basically, like what, a quarter, half of my school year.
Yeah.
Just to like.
Mine was like a whole.
I only wanted these classes.
Yeah.
I don't want anything
Like,
else.
I want to pay for the class I want to pay for.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
I want to pay for the books I want to get. I want to pay for the, you know what I mean? Like
Books they actually use, by the way.
they barely use, or it's the book that the professor probably wrote and is gonna talk about it 24/7. That he wrote this book, and there's no shape or form this shit is wrong.
It's marketing. Like that's how you sell those books.
Exactly.
Those books aren't made any other.
And he's over here and the professor's over here marketing this as if I wasn't forced to buy this book. Cause you said if I didn't buy this book, I couldn't be I couldn't learn know anything about this class, and I'm paying for this class. So I don't care about and you're right. He's just he's basically taking money by forced marketing. He really doesn't have to market that book to say like, oh, this is my book. Yo, we get it. You wrote a book. You know how many 5 billion people in the world wrote a book, and then you're gonna tell me that when there's a mistake in the book, oh, there's no way there's a mistake in the book. There's a mistake in the book, and you made it. It's your book. So obviously if the number is wrong, it's like, oh yeah, there's a little mistake because obviously he'll read the book. He probably read the book. Or there's a mistake here because I messed up. That's not what that number was. Whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. But you're really marketing your own book for like basically no reason.
Dude, and there's all these different versions that just maybe change some chapters around.
Yeah.
Fix the wording, and they could sell the book again. Like you can't buy it from the other person that you made the book like what? 10 years ago. Now I have to buy the newest version that's just as expensive as it was back then, if not more.
Yeah, it's so annoying. Just subtle changes.
Yeah,
that really just, like,
facts.
make more money.
And all those like changes and shit is like, damn, these mosquitoes biting on my fucking leg. God damn. I'm sorry, my man. They were killing me.
You're good.
Yeah. But like
Zapper's not doing its job.
Yeah. Well, the zapper. We're not really buying the zapper. The zapper's over there. You know what I mean? So, so when you was like I said, when we were working on all these trades, they just this is what you want to put. This is what you want to do. You want to do this. That's what school should be. You should be like what you want to do, pay for what you need to do, and get out. You feel me?
Yeah.
Or instead of you spending some amount of years sitting there, going through all these unnecessary classes for no reason. You know what I mean? And just for you to be like, and don't get me wrong, hey, you're away from your parents, you're having the best college experience. I understand that. That's the best part. You feel me? I get that. But also now you got to pay for room and dorm, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like this. So now it's even more bigger scam. Now you want me to come to the campus that you accepted me to that's 100 miles away from my house. And I got to pay for room and board.
Yeah. A lot of times you have to live on the campus for the first year.
Yeah, exactly.
According to the rules.
Or exactly. Or I got to get a scholarship so you could throw that in there so I don't have to pay room and board.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now it's like, damn, I can go and get the best education for myself, I gotta go to this big college, 1,000 miles, 100 miles, 20 miles, I don't care how long, how far, like a trillion miles away on the other side from where I live at, you feel me, to go pay for room and board in a new expensive area where I probably gotta get a whole bunch of new stuff just to live in that area so I don't get like messed up, sued, tickets that I can't pay for because my license is not here. You feel me? But I gotta pay for room and board. You feel me? Besides from all the other responsibilities I have to do. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So like tuition wasn't enough money as it is, or I didn't have to work extra hard in high school to get a scholarship just to come here for a better education. You feel me? Yeah. For like a better education that they may or may not teach you, and like they may depend on what you're trying to learn. It may not ever apply to you, really apply to you, or just really how can I say, like you're learning all this like you're just rerunning all the same stuff in a new area, and I got to pay for that and do all over again, and from all that, like, room and board should be free. I'm coming here, you got me this scholarship, thank you for this. This is supposed to be an education I'm supposed to get. And then sometimes you get there and it's like that, you know, you don't know what you're gonna get from college. Because you be paying all that money, get that scholarship, and it's not the school that you want. Or the education system's not going well, the teachers don't really care. There's a lot of things. So like I'm not prepared, they're not preparing me financially for all those things, especially the waste of my money. And if I gotta go transfer somewhere else, if I gotta go do this. Or I can't stay here. The major's not going out well for me. The college is too expensive, and I'm not getting none of that money back. But then you gotta afterwards, when you leave college after you did all this extra stuff, you gotta pay loans. Yeah, it's crazy,
and you can't default on that.
And you can't
have to pay it.
And you have to pay it.
Yeah.
It's not like a medical bill where you can let it sit aside. I'll pay it later because like medical bills ain't gonna like go up. They're just gonna stay there until you pay it. You feel me? Alright, cool. They might just send you another things. Hey, whenever you want to pay this, go ahead.
There's no interest.
Yeah, they don't really have interest.
Oh, I guess wouldn't you take out a loan though?
Huh?
Wouldn't you take out a loan to pay it off though?
Oh, probably.
No, but like it depends like how big the house.
Oh, I guess you don't pay the.
No, I'm talking about like the medical shit. Yeah, you feel me? So it really depends. It really depends on like I said. Sorry, my bad. It really depends. It really depends though, like give or take. Mm-hmm. Give or take of what you're like what injury you have. Even if you had insurance, you gotta have insurance. But like there really be like think about it. Everything comes down to all this shit. All this time you spend, all this money you spend, just so I can still keep paying y'all after I leave. So I can even live a good life now, a better life. Because remember, you give me this education to get this degree, to get a job that they say that I need a degree for. When half the time in the world, there's certain jobs you don't even need a degree for. That's like 10 times better than that job. Or you can do a lot more with that. Yeah, they're gonna make it seem like you can be honest, but like, what's the difference? To be honest, like you're really giving it to somebody. College is really at the end of the day giving you a piece of paper to tell you that you successfully.
You can get some of these jobs.
You know, exactly. You successfully got where you got. Do all this. Like I said, college is meant for people that really need it. Like I said, before I even say this, like people gonna be like on it, like, hey yo, the reason why you're getting all these bachelor degrees, alright, cool. That's good for doctors, lawyers. These are things that need people that need to be in college. This is what college should be set up for. Things that matter and that's going to apply and that's going to be worth everyday life that people need. We need a lot more doctors, we need a lot more lawyers, plumbing is not even in college. I forgot. I'm not sorry. Let me not say that.
That's a trade.
Yeah, that's a trade. And that's a trade, though. But that's a trade. Playing with pipes is a trade.
Dude, they make so much money.
And they make so much money.
You can do it before you graduate high school. You get that job and not pay a shit ton of money. And think about it. You could be doing that instead of going to college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And paying all that money, and then have to pay the money afterwards. So I can't even live the best life I want to live because I'm still owing y'all money for y'all trying to give me an education. And at the end of the day, after all this money I spent you get at the end of all this, you give me a piece of paper, and I gotta go through a whole ceremony. You feel me? And then I gotta do the whole ceremony, do all this. It's all, and I don't care. Ceremony's nice or whatever. I like the graduation ceremony. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not knocking it or anything. But it's just, you see, just all the other things that college makes you go through. And at the end of the day, do you, like, you feel rewarded that you did all this training and all this shit to get here, but
was it worth
it? Was it worth all the time and money sometimes? Yeah. Because sometimes you can leave college with all these degrees and never get a single job that you trained for.
It's just you get a better chance. But
exactly.
It's really just a degree. That's what a lot of the thing is.
It's a degree, and you did all of this just so, like, I went to Harvard Law School to be the best lawyer there can be, and be in a firm, run a firm, or just be a part of the firm and be like this. But yet you don't understand. You gotta get into a firm, all this other, after you pass the bar and all this shit. But you still know there's people out there that have a lawyer degree and not even in a firm. They're out working at Walmart. Cause they still struggling to get a job of trying to be a lawyer. Cause being a lawyer is actually really hard to do. It's not easy. Being a doctor is really hard to do. It's not easy. We have, you know what I mean? So like, you have to do all of this just so at some point in time someone could tell you, or you could go through all this and not find a single job within probably the first 2 years of your life, or 3, 4, maybe it depends because you might start late.
Yeah.
That's the biggest scam ever, and it's not worth it. Meanwhile, I could have skipped all of this and did all of this for free with my own money and pocketing and timing it out my own way.
Yeah, using your own money.
You're using my own
thing.
Yeah, exactly, and apply that. You know what I mean? But it's like, but then like, then at the end of the day, think about it. Now that we go on this stuff about people who it's shit that doesn't need to be a major. I'm doing all of this, paying all this money, and I know I shouldn't pay all this money because I know this should be a major, and this is the easiest thing. This is like, he's like, yo, it's not hard to pick up a camera. But like, yeah, maybe you gotta learn how to do it. But this should be a trade. So now I gotta go do all this college instead of me having to instead of this being a trade already and paying one shot and dipping out. But instead I gotta pay multiple shots, 4 years because getting that degree is not like more year college. You know what I mean? It's not like a doctor or being a lawyer. You don't have to sit in college for 8 years to pick up a camera and film somebody and pick up a mic and no audio and no visual. You feel me? Yeah. So now we sitting here doing all this, and now I gotta pay loans right afterwards. Yeah. And I know for a fact this should have been a trade. And I know, and we learned everything from high school on steroids. You feel me? For no reason. And not to mention, I don't think I had a problem with history.
History, you didn't like history as much?
No, I liked history.
Oh, okay.
But like, to be honest, and it sounds like, and the reason I'm getting on a deeper topic for this is because you know, there's different peoples in high school, like college, like different diversities, different everything else. But you're only teaching one type of history. You're not teaching. You're not teaching about the Latin history. You're not teaching like for all the Latinos. For all the like the like you know what I mean, like Latinos, the Asian community, the Black community is right. But it's only just for one type of community. You get a little bit of like the same thing. You feel me? Of like what's current and what left.
That's like that's like the same with news. You got to listen to every single side to get the full story.
Yeah,
so the same
exactly. But it's gonna end the same way, in some type of way, or like it ends a different way a little bit, or because somebody did this, and it's like you see it, and it's just like I read all of this, and I'm like this, but yet this has nothing to really do with me, because this is not purely my history until it gets to a certain chapter, and then once we get past that chapter. You know what I mean? Could we know what history? But it's like you also gotta understand, like I may be black, but just because the next person that's black, he's not. This is not pretty much his history either. This and like some people have when you're black, you know, slavery. Of course, you go through that, but then also what if it was somebody who's Jamaican? That's not his history because he's that's completely different. You feel me? He wasn't even part of that. Like at that point in time, he's Jamaican. Yeah. He was on a whole island. His ancestors from a whole island. You feel me? They're all different part of the world. You got people like from the Bahamas. You got Cubans. You got Colombians. Like none of this is part of their history. You feel me? You know what I mean? Or from the beginning, from the time it was recorded in the history to current now. So. You understand? So like, what history am I really learning?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like for me, I'm learning one side history. I don't want to learn one side history. I want
so many sides.
Yeah, there's so many sides. I'd rather. It'd be more interesting if I learned all the sides because that's cool and that's great. You feel me? But also, I didn't really learn nothing from me or take anything that was important. You feel me? I just learned about like y'all history or somebody. I didn't really learn about mine, so I didn't really take nothing in. So. For them to be like, oh, school brings all the education into it really doesn't because y'all don't have enough in one subject, not enough to take all the details, education, and history about this person's race, this person's ethnicity, this person's 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s, and 5s, and like, that's how you know.
You just like breeze past. Like,
you just breeze past everything. You breeze past everything, and then I know a lot of times the excuse was, "Oh, that's a lot of subjects. We don't really have a lot of people." Like, but like, that's your job, but you also can't say that you're giving parents their best child's of an education if you're really not. Because you're robbing them of an education because they're not learning something about themselves that's important to them because that's who they are. Yeah. You feel me? That's the only problem I have because it sounds like you're not really indulging with nobody. you can't say that. You know what I mean? Like say go off your word. That's sort of like saying that like yo, that's sort of like saying like I'm the best basketball player in the world. But like, and the reason why I can say that and put on my word because my stats say it. It's proven. You feel me? You can't say you're giving your child the best education in the world if you're not getting that education.
Exactly.
You're not getting that history of what you're supposed to be learning. You feel me? Like if I send them to for math, science, and math, science, history, and art, and you don't learn art or you don't learn science, are you getting your best education? Because they said you're supposed to learn all of these to get the best education. Now, but like I said, you got to look deep into it. Science is not as deep because you learn about all the minerals and the science and biology. That's simple. It has nothing to really do with race. You feel me? It doesn't really do it. But now you're still robbing somebody that has to do with someone of their ethnicity. Like I said, remember, you're a different skin color than me. So what are you, like, German?
A lot.
Okay, Irish. So if you were Irish or German or something, you should be learning about, like, sort of like that. Or, like, within that area, like, that applies to you. You feel me? If you're black and Latino, you're gonna go into that area over there. But like I said, that's education. You're supposed to tell people about their history, the past, what's going on with them, this whatever. But in real time, it's like even though there's different tribes and cultures within those things, we're not even talking about it. I'm talking about the broad spectrum of this because everyone at the end of the day, you're still classified as just one. Like you feel me? Like whether like sometimes just one in American standards like, we're classified as just one. Like blacks are like Africans, so like the region is Africa. Jamaica. If you go like I say Jamaican, you can't say Africa. You gotta say Jamaican. That's what it is. It's classified as one. But no one, you feel me? They don't give you that education for that classification.
It's not differentiated.
It's not differentiations. It's never. It's not, bro. And I'm not getting that education as much as I should be.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. That's why I feel like that's the problem with school for me. It's like I didn't really get it completely because you taught me math and science, but you left out the most important thing. And everybody always should know their history. Yeah. You feel me? You see what I did there? Oh, that wordplay was crazy.
So I just feel like there's just like, for at least what I thought, the history of that we were taught in school was like American history. Like that's what like you're taught in America.
Yeah.
I feel like there's not enough to like talk about what I think you're saying is like every other person. Like there's not enough time.
Yeah.
Because like I was with like Roman history videos, dude. You can make a whole like the amount of time we were in history class, all about the Roman history. Like there's so much about such the small subjects that it's like it's almost impossible to go into as deep as we really should be.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand that, but it's like it's not about like I said, you don't gotta go completely deep. But like you said before, you should be able to pick what you want to learn when you go to school. Yeah. So especially if you go to college, now you feel me? Yeah. If high school didn't teach me, college would definitely tell me like, oh, in one of my minor subjects, I want to learn about my race, and there should be a class for that. Because college can give you that because our campuses are big. Yeah. You trying to fill rooms anyways.
There's whole majors of history for
exactly.
Yeah.
So if you can't learn it in high school, I get it. But they should even put it in high school too, just because pick what you want to learn, especially for history. What do you want to learn in history? If they can't teach you in a class, they're going to give you a video to watch. You feel me? They should always have. So like there is ways that they can do it. They just choose not to because why do that? Let's keep the same system going.
Yeah.
You feel me? But it's like,
so outdated.
Yeah, it is, bro. And like, bro, remember, we have one context, bro. We are one. Like it's all built off one thing. Like I said, you can't go into DB. I never say part of it. You don't even have to go so deep, but you got to give somebody of that whatever ethnicity a broad spectrum at least. You don't have to go deep in because I know history. You could make a whole column. You can make a whole year worth of that whole history and make if it's a whole year worth. You feel me? But most likely it is because it's history. Yeah. Because we're stating back from past to present. So you have a whole year's worth to learn about the past and get a little bit close to the present, and then get a little bit, and then maybe see what happens in the future about what's going on for their culture later on. But like, yeah, do that. Do like a broad spectrum. That's what I feel like. If you don't do the broad spectrum, I feel like you're still robbing somebody of their education. Yeah. Especially if you want to start making all these majors. You got to do all of this. All right, if I got to do all of this, let me pick what I want to do. Let me pick the math I want to do too. While I'm at it, because you gonna have me here and doing chemistry, and I'm over here for a video degree. Right, I'm over here for an art degree, and that's how it is. And they won't. And you know what? That's just weird how the world works a little bit, because you would just really think about it. I really thought about it, I'm like, yeah, to be honest, like I said, the reason why I thought it was so easy because it wasn't my history, low key, because it'll be hard to. It's kind of, I cannot. You know, it's crazy now that I think about it. I feel like if you can really recognize that everyone could, or people just lazy, don't really care about history, they think it's just boring. Mm-hmm. I think it's like one of those two. But I also feel like the third is like this. Take for example, when you're trying to recite a lot of people your own history, sometimes it's like it's hard to date back because it's like, yo, it's so much information. But maybe I feel like, this could be like a high thought a little bit. I feel like this could be like a little high thought. Like I feel like based off whatever you're learning about your history, Irish, Italian, whatever.
Italian.
But Italian. Like, you know what I mean? Like maybe it puts people at a disadvantage because I can't remember all of that because that's a lot.
Yeah.
And because it's my own. Because it's my own. But when it's not my own, when I have nothing to do with it, I can remember that. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that you can remember somebody's birthday. I can remember somebody's birthday, or sometimes I can't. You know what I mean? I'm not good at it. I can remember somebody's birthday though. If you promoted to me to like memorize this, I said, all right, I remember someone's birthday. That's easy. Just like you're so programmed to remember your own birthday. But like if you program it, I can remember that. I can remember somebody else's shit. But like sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you can't. Yeah. Be honest though, I think that was just a high thought. I feel like most necessarily that no, you can remember that shit. Never mind, it's not a disadvantage.
I feel like when it relates to you is when you remember it better.
Yes. Yeah. I can. You know what? That's even an even better word to say.
Track it back, how it connects to you. Like, oh, that kind of date is similar in some way to this other date. Yeah. Oh, I can remember that because of that.
Yeah, that's an even better way to put it. That's an even better way to put it. All right, cool.
Like I also remember like another random birthday because that was like a password I had. So I always have that remembered because I always type that password in too. So that's just like, now that's just a reason for me to remember that specific birthday.
Yeah.
But there's like so many different ways that it can be remembered, but I agree it's also probably more of like a personal connection as well.
Because like if I don't care about that person, I'm not gonna remember their birthday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, to be fair, I am terrible at remembering birthdays. I just put it all on my phone, and I'll just wait in the calendar.
But like, I'm gonna tell you, you know, so you'll remember people's birthdays like this. Like really, like you said, relates to you is very important. You remember your girlfriend's birthday because you got to, because if you don't, that shit, you're fucked. Yeah, you feel me? You gotta remember your mom's birthday. You don't, your mom gonna be on your ass 24/7. How you don't remember my birthday? I gave birth to you. That's an excuse they use all the time. If you don't remember your dad, that's really like, all right, word. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a different, like, dads are like, damn, like, how you forget my birthday? Like, but then at the same time, it's like, you know what I mean? Dads are like cooler about it, low key. Like, they'll make it, they'll make a joke about it. Definitely. You feel me? Like, but then you start getting to like, oh, I can't remember my aunt's birthday. You may remember your aunt's birthday, your grandma's birthday, your uncle's birthday. Like, I don't remember all them birthdays. I don't remember. I barely remember some of my nieces and nephews' birthdays because there's so many of y'all. Yeah. Like, I can't remember all y'all birthdays. Like, I can only remember like people that, like you said, was more important to you. You feel me? You don't remember your dog's birthday if you like your dog so damn much. Like, that's just how it is. That's just what it is.
I don't know my tortoise's birthdays.
Yeah, exactly.
I got them in like June, like a year ago. So I mean, like,
exactly.
Did you know their birthdays, or were you going off of like when you adopted them?
Just when I got them, arrived at the house. That's all I know. I don't know how old they were after that.
Yeah, it's kind of like our dog.
Yeah,
we don't know our dog's birthday.
And yeah, like I said, you're gonna, if you love that thing and you feel it like you feel it's important or whatever it relates to you, you gonna remember that shit. Everybody remembers stuff that they want to remember. Sort of like when you want to read something, when you're interested in something, you're gonna do it. But when somebody tells you, when you're not interested, you're not gonna do it. That's like when your mom tells you, like, when you about to go wash the dishes. Your mom says, go. You're actually about to go wash the dishes. She says, yo, wash the dishes. I don't want to wash the dishes now because you told me I wanted to wash the dishes. I was trying to go, because I bought an interest. Maybe, I'm going to go wash the dishes. I'm going to really wash the dishes right now.
And then it's just like repetitiveness made you want to stop doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Because remember, you wanted
told to do something, you're less likely to do it. I feel like, okay, no.
It's like, don't do the dishes.
the reverse psychology stuff. Like it's not gonna work because it's so obvious, but like
sometimes it works though.
Nah, sometimes it works depending on the mood that you're in, because you can really catch somebody like bro, if you're challenging somebody and they're mad or something, they're gonna do some shit. Like, nah, I'm gonna do that. Nah, what you talking about? Oh, you say I can't do it? Word. Alright, cool. I remember I did that to one of my coworkers. I said, yo, I bet like I bet you won't find no car. I bet you won't find no shit in the back of the lot, right? Cause you know what I mean. Cause sometimes we gotta push carts. You know what I mean. But you won't find no shit. He said, "Oh wait, bet word, cool. I bet you too. I bet you like, cause I bet you like a McGriddle, some shit, some food, and some breakfast, some shit." He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Yeah, I bet." I'm like, "All right, word." He went out there. He got him, came back. I said, "I bet you won't find another one." He said, "I bet." Word. He went back there. Yo, I was using reverse psychology. I was not going back there to go get those things. I just wanted him to go get it. It depends on what mood you get him in. Yeah, I realize a lot when you're a conversator, you pick up on a lot of things, and you just know. And sometimes if you're a good conversator, you're good at like, it's crazy. Like sometimes you're just really good at manipulation, or you're good at like maneuvering through a conversation. Mm-hmm. Like you know how to get in and out, quick responses. Like, all right, cool. I know if a person tells me, if a person says, "What's up? How you doing?" Or like, yo, he's about to ask me what am I doing today? Hey, what you doing today, bro? See, you do it. You feel me? Because you'll start picking up on certain things, and then you'll be like, oh, I'm going to the movies. Or like, if you don't want to hang out with that person, you know, like with this person, you know, especially you conversate, or like it's something if you don't know somebody, you just get good at it. Like I feel like, you get the vibe, and your quick response be like, nah, I don't want to do it. Because some people are just prone to just like when they don't want to hang out with people, they'll program themselves to just lie. Because I remember once someone said that, it's like, yo, I don't know why I lie all the time. I wanted to hang out. I just said no. I'm like, why did I say it? Because you're so used to saying it all the time because you don't like to hang out with new people. You just like, nah, I'm cool.
Your old habits.
Your old habits, exactly. Yeah. So then you just, you know what I mean? And sometimes you just create new habits and new things. And that's when you just start knowing about conversation. Conversation is like knowing people's habits, knowing people's, what they do, and that's how you just start to pick up, and then you start making quick responses. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you could take when someone about to say something and be like, nah, I don't want to do that shit. But like if you hanging out with somebody you don't like, or like in the group and it's around and you like, oh yeah, they ask you something, you like, nah, blah blah blah. You just know what they about to say. You just know what they about to do. You just know it. And sometimes it's just good. Like sometimes if you don't even know somebody, it just happens. You just become good at it. I picked up that trick so well. Sometimes it's just like, yo, like I know how to word things in certain conversations to get certain people to sometimes I know how to say things that's like that can get somebody to say something that I want to know about them. You know what I mean? If I'm going for a girl, I want to know like I take example. One day I was with my boy Keith, first year of college. Yo, he was the first one to show me around. He was like my homie. We would chill. It was his girl, and it was this British girl. She was from Britain. I was like, yo. Word. I said word. She said she's from Britain. And she was really cute. She was mad cute. You know what I mean? I forgot her name though. But I'm not even gonna give her free promotion right now. She's from Britain. She got a good. Right now. So she was talking to her on there, and I was like, yo, blah blah blah. And I remember telling her, I said, I want to know if she has like a man's or some shit, whatever. So I start talking. She comes by. I'm talking to blah blah blah. My boy Keith, he sees at the end of the conversation, he said, bro, I don't know how you do it, bro. Because that's crazy, like, bro, like, yo, like, the way that you just found out all that shit without even saying, like, yo, you know the man's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I just knew how to word through conversations and put words through it. And I just knew that through the conversation and just listening, you know what I mean, just listening to the group, she was going to tell me all of this. And then when I did it, he was like, yo, bro, I don't know. I said, bro, be honest, bro, it's just so natural. It just comes like, I just know how to do it now. It's a skill. I feel like it's a real skill sometimes. And when I looked at it, I was like, nah, like, and you really press it. Now you just know. You know people's habits. You know how to just work through it. And some people are just really good at it. That's why they used to have, you know, when someone holds somebody hostage, they have like a negotiator on the phone.
Oh yeah, so you can be a good.
That's a person that's good at talking. Like they said, no, we have to have.
Probably be a therapist too.
Oh yeah, facts. I'm like, yo, bro. I know you don't want all this money right now. I know you're not gonna go shoot nobody in this bank right now. So like, how about you just come outside? We can like, you know, grab a nice beer, at the bar real quick, and you just talk about it, like some real shit. Like,
settles down.
Yo, settles down. I'm like, yo, bro. Think about this, bro. If you're gonna do this, you're gonna go away for 24 years. You don't want to do that, man. if you give up now, bro, you can get less time or some shit. But sometimes you may have to negotiate and be like, oh, I may have to lie to him. I'm gonna give you the money. Let me go inside. That's how you do it. You know what I mean? I could be there.
Give up and you're like,
I could do that, but like I'm not gonna lie. That's a lot of stress. That's a lot of stress though. Because I can't. No, I'm not gonna lie. Like you can put your life in my hands, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to be there in a situation where it's like, damn, like I'm forcefully saving other people. Like it's okay. Like I would love to be a hero, but at the same time, that's a lot of pressure because I'm like, I can say one wrong thing that he probably don't like or she or whatever, and this shit's clicked. Like I put all those people in my head. Nah, that's too much pressure because you never know what could happen. I don't really want to deal with that shit. Yeah. Like the people is like this. Like you could be a hero in many different ways. That's just not the way I want to be a hero.
If you were put in that situation,
yeah, exactly.
What would you do?
Like, if I was in that situation,
yeah,
man.
Like realistically,
I have to roll me up a blunt real quick and pray that like yo.
Joe, what do you think you would do in a hostage situation if you were to like negotiating someone to get out of, like, I don't know, doing something crazy in a building? I haven't thought that far yet. What's your first approach? Learn more about the person, or?
Yeah, well, usually you want to like deter them or like put their brain off on something else.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to escalate the situation, right?
I'm about to just tell them like, yo, it's now or never. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like, just don't do it, bro. Like, what's the point, bro? Yeah. Like, I can't, like, yo. Cause part of me, like, I don't know, like, in that situation, it's like you gotta.
Well, you're the negotiator.
Yeah, the negotiator. You kind of gotta like, you kind of gotta just like deter them, try to get them away from like. Bring them down a little bit until like the other team gets into position. So you may have to just fake talk to them about random shit like boom 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 like
exactly, yeah.
You keep them occupied until someone's able to get in there and infiltrate and take out the target.
You guys seen Waco? The show Waco.
No.
What's Waco?
Oh, Waco, yeah.
By the way, guys, it's raining. Sorry about that.
Waco, the what state was it in?
Texas.
Texas, yeah,
with
of course. With the cult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I think I don't know.
There was a
Do you
cult?
know about? Okay,
Waco,
so in
Waco,
1994 there was like this cult
that appears in the rain.
You know what? I think we might end the podcast here. I think the Waco story might be another time.
Oh, okay.
With the rain.
We could do
that.
that.
Ruin it.
We could see how long or we could like play it back, pause it, and see how the rain really affects the audio. Somebody's having
We might be back.
Oh shit!
Because I was playing before too.
Okay, yeah. If we just stay quiet for a little bit, I'll be able to get enough sounds.
You know, at least it's cool.
Okay. I think we're good. Okay. We're back.
I was like, yo, Rossi, did you forget what we had to do?
Well, I figured that was enough time.
Yeah.
That was like a minute and a half.
It was not a minute. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Yo, you know what's crazy? I thought this shit was mad like hard the other day. Like pause, like no freaky. Just
What is that?
Yeah, what is it?
This is Fonto.
I don't know what that is.
A blunt?
Tobacco.
Oh, okay.
It's Fonto. Basically, bro, like if this shit gets hard, like you can make it into grabber. So you put it in the blunt, you smoke it.
Oh.
Yeah, it gives you like a little head high, but the weed gives you the real high. People think Fonto gets you high, like bro, it's like hitting a Nick stick.
Yeah.
People used to get head highs. Yo, can we talk about Nick sticks?
What is that?
Nicotine, like jewels.
Oh, like a jewel. Okay.
Yo, let me tell you, yo. We're growing up. Everybody's a fiend.
Oh yeah.
Yo,
in high
school that was high school that was like the crack of the day.
Yeah, no, for real.
I was cracking that. I never got into it because I never got into one. I had no interest in it. But also, I used to I heard somebody and they said, yo, I spent like $40 to $5 on this shit. I said, you spent $45 on one jewel, bro? For all that shit?
That needs to be replaced.
Bro, that needs to be every other, and y'all, these shits break all the time. And
like 2 days, right? The last 2 days or something?
Yeah, true, you good.
Hey, yo, and y'all had like the jewel pods and everything. Yeah. I sat here and I was just like, yo, this is unhealthy.
Completely. I mean, it's like cigarettes.
Yo, think about it. It went from vapes, like the big old puff vapes,
Yeah.
People were blowing clouds.
Those Fox mods.
But blowing clouds in the bathroom, the locker room was everything.
Oh man, every time in the locker room.
Every time, yo,
like,
5 years
people would
all
get
hell,
in
bro.
trouble.
You'd think someone was hotboxing in the whole locker room. Like everybody in the locker room was smoking, like dead. I'm like, bro, this is horrible. This is real horrible. Like, why are y'all so addicted to that? Cause I can't say me, cause I never hit that shit. I never had no interest. I'm just like, yo, that was a lot. That was a lot of nicotine. And that was unhealthy.
I'm lucky
Yeah,
I didn't
for
get
like a
into
young
it either.
age.
I can't imagine how much money I could have wasted on it.
Yeah.
No, there was mad people that wasted mad money on this. I'm like, yo, y'all spending $45. That's like close to a cube of weed. Hey, you feel me?
Yeah, like so much money spent just
Yeah.
for that too.
You get a lot more.
And it's just like, is it really worth it at that point where it's like, it's not even like gonna do you anything?
Nah, facts. Like, is it really gonna do you anything? Is it
It's
gonna?
like, I know you get like a head high from it, but that's like about it too. So it's
Exactly. Like
after
you're
that-
really doing it. I'm like, yo, you might as well just. Like, it's good though. I don't got no one really smoking cigarettes, but like, damn, Juul pods is crazy. That was crazy. Juuls, man. But I remember, yo, I'm telling you, those things were out of hand because they just advanced each time. Now it's like a bunch of Puffcos and all types of new shit now. I'm like, yo,
It's all
these
just-
these electronic
it's
big
like a
devices
cult, man.
done like really advanced.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
Like, yo,
Anybody
and y'all
who
only
has
got
it
like
is in a
few
cult.
flavors. I'm like, ain't no flavor. Sorry, that shit smells like motherfucker. That shit was burned it. I had to turn that shit off. My bad, yo. But like, yeah, that's crazy, yo. Nah, that was not crazy.
Everybody takes control like a cult too, though. That's what I was.
Oh
trying to say
yeah,
before,
nah,
though.
they do, bro.
Oh yeah, it's like Waco.
Like Waco.
Bringing it back around.
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah. Okay, but the show Waco. It
Yeah, let's
was,
go.
So it's based on a true story about like in the '90s there was like this cult of this guy David Koresh. He ran the whole thing, and he got like people to join, and basically all the women became his wives, and all the men became like, I don't know, just worked for him or whatever.
Yeah.
But they had this compound.
Yeah, the compound.
And
Waco, Texas.
he would give like prayers in there, and then somehow they found out there was like a bunch of guns in there, or no, they were trying to bust him for something else.
Was it bioweapons? Is that what it was?
No, it wasn't
Sounds like
bio.
Ezra Miller.
They had a bunch of guns, right?
Yeah, I remember
It was-
that, yeah.
They had and then the FBI or the firearm and drug
DEA.
Okay.
DEA, DFA.
DFA? No.
No, it's the DEA.
DEA.
No,
It's
but
the
there's
DEA.
like there's something firearms, drugs and firearms.
I thought it was DEA. Is it not DEA?
I don't know.
It is- no,
Whatever.
I
Whatever
think it is
thing
DEA.
that's
Pretty sure it's
involved
DEA.
with
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
drugs
DEA.
and-
Yeah.
And,
From
fi-
Breaking
and guns
Bad,
and stuff.
That's all I know.
Yeah, that's
And-
all. Like,
And they were like trying to get him to come out, and they refused to. And then no one knows what happened. Like there's one shot that fired, and both sides started shooting at each other. The FBI got shot, and they were like, "Oh no, we're fucking getting them now. Like they're done." And they're staying inside the place, and it was over like 2 months.
Yeah.
That they were like holding down the fucking fort of the compound, and eventually something goes wrong. The place is full of like tear gas. And I think they might have dropped the lantern, or they deliberately burned themselves alive.
but they killed a lot of like kids and
There
shit.
were
It was
kids
really
in there.
bad. Yeah. It was like. very-
It's like no one really knows what happened. If
Yeah.
it was like, because a lot of
An
that
accident
gas
or
that was in there
Yeah.
was easily go up in flames, and they could have just knocked a lantern over or something. Because they cut the power off, I think, to the place.
Yeah.
And they actually torched him too with like they didn't let him sleep. They had these huge like speakers that just blasting noise for like 2-3 days, and that's what got some of them out, but some of them stayed in there,
Yeah.
and then they all died. And how did I start talking about this?
I feel like
I was gonna relate it to something.
I can't remember.
Oh,
but
the
I
guy
remember-
was so like charismatic, and like people believed him. Oh, that was a big thing why they believed him, because he interpreted like a book in the Bible, and like things started coming true.
Incorporated it.
And everyone thought he was a prophet, and everyone was like, what's gonna happen? Blah blah blah. He read the seventh seal of like something,
Yeah.
and he interpreted it. And then one of his things was like the armies of Babylon are gonna come, and they interpreted it as the FBI coming and raiding their base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which like literally it just kept adding to his prophecy.
Jesus.
Oh wow,
But it was
yeah.
fucking
No, it's crazy because everyone was believing it, but it was just like coincidence because he was just holding. You had a whole giant base,
Yeah.
and you made a whole coat around this base.
Oh, now I remember why I brought it up. Because there's this whole... The show is based off of a book The Negotiator wrote. And in the show, he's a negotiator, and like he's trying to like talk to the guys on the phone, trying everything he can to get them to come out and give up. And like a lot of them just kept staying in there. He got some of them to come out. A lot of the women and children came out. And then, yeah. Oh, he released videos too. David Koresh like gave out like VHS and they broadcast on TV. And like one of his kids came too, and like he was shot. Oh, he was dying too. He was shot, and he had one of his kids come like, "This is what like you're taking away from me, my family."
Oh my god. Wow.
It was a great fucking like series, like 7 episodes or something.
Yeah, I think I remember.
Yeah, that shit sounded
we
lit.
talked about this
Yeah,
on
it's
the
intense.
podcast earlier.
It was early podcast.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
And people don't, like I said, people don't understand. Like, yo, talking is a real skill.
Yeah.
Talking is a real skill. Like, if you don't know how to do, like, bro, I feel like talkers are like the secret weapons of the world.
Storytellers.
Yeah,
It's like when your charisma's up. To
yeah, like
10,
they are. They're for everything, to music, to like to just
Selling.
to selling.
stuff.
They're just selling things, like,
salesmen
to
are
like
really
to
good.
even politicians, like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, literally.
Like, bro, like literally.
That's every.
Like, bro,
politician.
like
They
you
know how
don't
to lie.
usually
Yeah.
exactly. They just talk to convince the audience what to know something or what they're about to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it, man. Talking is very, and that's what they always say. Like, words are very powerful. You have to be careful what you say. You feel me? And a lot of people either believe that in like in manifestation, and also, you know what I mean, the manifestation also do acts. You know what I mean? Because your words do hurt people. Like it depends. Like, you feel me? Like, you can't say a lot of things, or you say something you can offend somebody, and that can be the end of everything. Words are very, you know what I mean? So like, just always be careful about what you say and how you say it, who you say it to. That's why like a lot of the times, like how the mayor was trying to cut off drill music. Drill music, like, it's sort of like drill rap. So like,
The mayor?
yeah, the mayor, like, he wanted to like shut it down, like take it off the platforms because it was inciting violence. You feel me? But think about it. Words do incite violence, but also you gotta understand. I think it's different. I think like people want to be violent because they want to be violent, or it was already happening,
it's just like
and it just got worse because now they heard it, but it's like.
So that it was like.
It's like, yeah, like I to be honest, yeah, it can incite violence because you hear
Like,
it.
if I listen to a song that's like
and somebody's
tear down the wall, I'm not gonna tear down a wall. Like
No, it's not like that. Drill music was like they were talking about people's like people that passed away and other stuff like. So like, you know what diss rap is?
no.
It's like an intense version of diss rap, just way worse. Like way worse. So like,
It's like talking shit, like saying like, go like attack this person.
we're gonna go do that. Yeah.
Like a specific person too.
So, no, like, or like, take for example. All right, here, how about this? So in certain cultures it'd be like like in this rap thing it'd be like this, like, so if someone say, oh, we're smoking on your pack, right, or you're smoking on your man's pack, that means somebody that had passed away, so you're smoking on him, so like you dead, like you feel me? That's
Celebrating their death.
that will incite violence. You feel me? So like that's why he wanted to get rid of it, because he said it's inciting violence. But in all reality, yeah, I take back what I said, because I am wrong, to be honest, because it is, because, you know what I mean, I'd say people do have control of what they do and what they say, blah blah blah, and have control of their actions. Like, you really don't gotta go after somebody that made fun of somebody that you know, but because of how you say it, and like I said, words are powerful. How you say it is how it goes about. You know what I mean? So like, I didn't believe that the violence was going up because I felt like it was already like that. I said, yeah, it was. It probably was like that before, but now that I'm saying it out loud and hearing it, and I remember my homie was saying that, I said, and it took me a minute to think about it. I said, no, he's actually right, because when you're hearing somebody talk bad about somebody else that you know personally, that's probably like, you know what I mean, whether if it happened or not, or, you know what I mean, you're gonna be offended.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to do something about it. So now I understand. And when it comes to this case, words are very powerful. Be careful how you say things. Also, how you say things may be a way of how your future turns out. You feel me? Because you're speaking something out that it can reverse onto you.
Yeah, you're instigating.
You're instigating. When you instigate something, it can come back to you.
Exactly.
So did the governor get away with like shutting it down, or did he like?
No, they kind of convinced them probably not to.
Okay, good.
Because like,
How can you really shut that down?
in
specific songs,
not like that. Just specific song, like there's like that type of music. Like if it had to do with anything about telling somebody they were about to go beat somebody up, or they smoking on who, and then they were like they're so like, oh, we gotta do this, anything like that. Yeah, like saying people, like, you know what I mean? Like, you could do this whole thing and not drop names, which is the best thing you should do. Because people still gonna get the vibe in this where just don't drop no names. And you're not dissing nobody, and people gonna understand that's karma. Whether you believe it or not, or whatever how it is, I believe it. Whether you believe in karma, I don't know why I'm saying it like that. Karma or not, things tend to just, how you move in your life and what you do will tend to come back to you.
Yeah.
Just because, like,
that's how the world works.
That's how the world kind of works. Like, you feel me? Like
yeah.
What you put out into the world is what you're gonna get. Plain and simple. That's where the saying comes from. And so like that's what it's sort of like. It's sort of like, yo, when you teach it, if you teach a young kid to do this, that kid is gonna go out into the world and do a lot of the stuff that you do, or incite or be messed up because of that shit. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
You're influencing.
It's the influence.
Yeah.
Words have the power to influence.
Yeah.
And when you have the power to influence, you ever watch the movie The Joker?
I see
Yeah.
it. I still haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
I know.
Nah,
Dude.
bro.
Okay.
I still haven't seen it.
Yo, what are you doing,
Yeah, what
man?
the
I tried watching once, fell asleep, and then I don't know. It just seemed a little intimidating.
They're
to get
making the
into.
sequel now.
Are they actually?
teaser
Yeah.
trailer
Isn't that gonna
already.
ruin like the whole?
I mean, I don't know, really.
Like,
'Cause
what
now
is-
it's
what
gonna
is it
be
even
taking
gonna be
place
about?
in Arkham Asylum. And I think they were going to also do like a TV show in Arkham Asylum just based on that, but that might have been canceled. But now this is fully going to take.
Nah, you know what I was
place
tight
there.
about when they got rid of Gotham. I was kind of tight. Gotham was
Oh,
my
that was a
Gotham
good show,
was the
yeah.
Oh,
shit.
the show. I never watched it.
Gotham was
You gotta watch
Gotham.
that.
Yeah,
It's pretty
Gotham. Gotham was the shit. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like my boy Jim Gordon was really going through hell.
He's good.
He was a
yeah.
good character.
That was a great character.
Great
Great character. Because like even in if you even watch the animated stuff with Batman, like part year 1 or something, whatever.
Yeah.
Where Jim Gordon was kind of like the main protagonist besides Batman, because Batman was just becoming Batman and all this other
Yeah,
shit.
he's a little boy.
No, he was actually training at this time. So he was
like,
training at this time, and you know me, he was trying to do like, you know what all superheroes do, you know, all people that don't have powers and shit like Spider-Man do. They want to go out in these little bullshit ass, you know, regular clothes or whatever, and try to fight motherfuckers. But like he did that shit and almost died. You feel me? But like but Gordon's sort of like the protagonist because he's like the young detective.
Yeah.
He's running around, doing all this other shit. You feel me? Because when Batman becomes Batman, Jim is kind of old now. He's been doing this shit for a while. Like,
That's why he's the
you feel me? He's
commissioner
not
then,
as
yeah.
moving as much as like, you know, he's not fighting like that. But like, he was going through some shit too. Like, he was going through a lot of shit. Yo, that nigga was getting what? Yo, Jim Gordon is a great character and a great detective, and that character on Gotham was a great.
How many seasons are there?
Seasons? Yo, I feel like isn't it like 5?
I think it's 5.
Something
What
like
What is
that,
it? What is it
yeah.
on? Is it on like Hulu or something?
It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
Oh,
Netflix,
it is?
yeah.
Oh shit!
Play is still on
I
there.
might watch it.
Yeah, all the like other TV shows that are
Or
supposed to
CW
be on
stuff? What is it?
HBO. Yeah,
Yeah,
CW
okay,
is usually feeding everything from like DC Universe to Netflix, but it should be HBO because that's where all the,
I think
the
both of them.
movies like the Justice League are from. But you know now Netflix has got another DC product called Sandman, which is also
which your parents are watching or whatever.
Yeah, they're watching
Yeah,
it,
and
right
my
now.
dad before I left, he was like, "Yo, fucking Sandman."
Oh, really?
Because he loves Sandman. I haven't read it. He has all the comics. And I'm like,
Oh
man,
wow! I
need
didn't
to
realize
read
it was that big.
Wait, Sandman has his own comic?
No, not Spider-Man Sandman. Different Sandman.
Well, Spider-Man and Sandman probably does have his own
Probably,
comic. though, I feel like.
No. He's like a villain. I'm talking about like.
I feel like he would have his own comic.
Nah,
though, 'cause they give
bro.
like a
Sandman
Kraven
not
the
Sandman not
Hunter,
interested
that,
enough to have his own comic. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe like a spin-off for like 5 issues or something.
Yeah, they probably at the minimum, but
It
they probably
depends
have
if it connects to
more.
the story because
Yeah.
Sandman kind of a waste of a character.
Yeah, no, Sandman, the
Damn.
comic is really good. I haven't read a lot of it. But
No, he has a good background, like how he got his powers, and it's kind of sick. But it's like Sandman is
Right,
like.
an
But I'm gonna tell you
entire
this: comics. I started realizing that certain superheroes, that DC and them go back and forth so many times that they kind of make the similar characters in a similar way. Like table, Clayface, Sandman.
Well, yeah, but like Clayface hasn't really been like in the show.
No.
like,
I
live
can't.
action
No,
as
I can't say that. I
much.
can't say that.
Oh,
I can't say
like
that.
the comic
I can't say that
books?
they like kind of similar. They just that Sandman.
I feel like Spider-Man or the Marvel villains came after a lot of the
DC heroes came after all the Marvel with the shit. Like a lot.
But there's some of them that are reversed. They're like
I think most of them
you'd
are.
be surprised.
I think it's like surprising because there's like the Joker, which is like really close to the Green Goblin.
Oh, but those
Layman,
are like
Sandman.
so different.
I thought about that shit
different,
too.
but there's other ones like
I was like, yo, the Green Goblin, like the Joker of Marvel in a way.
Yeah.
I knew that because I was like, this nigga laugh all the time.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then like who else? Slade Wilson, Wade Wilson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
that
the
was
easiest.
deliberate.
That was deliberate.
They
Like,
really made his like face.
It was
things.
supposed to be a
It was
parody
massive.
of him. Yeah.
Who's that? Slade?
Wade
Deadpool.
Wilson and
Deadpool and Deathstroke.
Yeah. But like Deadpool has so many comments because people love that character.
Yeah,
And Deadpool's just funny.
Yeah.
He's like this super action character that's just funny.
Yeah.
Always trying to assassinate
I just forgot
somebody.
his name. I was like,
Wade Wilson.
Sounds so familiar. And Slade. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like really close.
But Deathstroke isn't as comical, right? He's more just.
He's an actual villain in DC.
Yeah, he's serious. I'm just thinking Teen Titans.
I think when Deadpool came out, like he was not as funny as he is now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Deadpool is like more of just like breaking the fourth wall now. But I don't know. He's like now we're waiting for him to be in the Marvel MCU eventually, but that's probably gonna take a while. But they're trying to make Deadpool just as big as an Avengers movie. That's what they're trying to do.
I mean, 1 and 2 are great.
Yeah,
they're a lot of fun.
But now they're gonna have like so many characters, like
yeah.
in the entire movie. So they're just gonna. I don't know how they're gonna fit it all, but they're gonna incorporate like Cable 2 probably with it.
Well, Cable was already in the second one.
Yeah, and then Cable like with Thanos because he's the same actor as Josh Brolin,
yeah.
so it's gonna be like a little weird. Like,
I really liked those Deadpool movies, and I mean, more X-Men would be fine. I mean, but do they have the rights to X-Men now?
Yeah, they do. I think so, but they're just waiting for
adding
the
all
right
those
time
X-Men would be a lot of fun.
I guess. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Because isn't Deadpool like really closely related to the X-Men stuff, right?
Oh yeah, he's like one of the X-Men. He's mutant. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think they're getting that guy from Breaking Bad, Gus Fring.
To
play Professor X.
Is he actually?
Esposito.
Yeah,
his name.
Giancarlo
Esposito.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
We got it. We can
combine. Yeah, no, I think that he's going to be. I think he was in talks to it, and then later he said that he would like to play Professor X. There was a rumor, and then he said he wanted to.
He's great, dude.
So maybe not, but still.
I still need to watch Better Call Saul. I have not watched it, and it just ended, right? It's over.
Oh, I haven't even watched it either.
I heard it's really good.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I wanted to watch it.
Man, Breaking Bad was just so fucking good, and then like the beginning of Better Call Saul.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen Breaking Bad.
It's really good.
Oh no, you gotta watch that.
Sopranos.
Last season.
Have you ever seen Sopranos? That's fucking good.
Joe always talks about
Sopranos is the best. It's just like an Italian mob TV show, but it's like a comment on the whole mob culture and whatnot. It's really good.
Yeah, it's very long though. Like each episode is.
It's like an hour long.
Taking forever.
And there's like 7 seasons.
But yeah, no, I gotta get into that as well. Breaking Bad is just like.
Breaking Bad's like 5 seasons.
All these, then the spin-off Better Call Saul. I never even started because I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do it. But it was mainly because like the characters aren't there and it's a prequel, so I was like,
well, you
what's
have
the point?
Saul Goodman. That's it.
And then
he's not Saul yet.
Saul that much. I was like, the reason Breaking Bad was so good was because of all these elements, and then they're taking one of these elements to make their own
isolating
show.
it. Yeah,
and isolating it, and I was like, oh no. I mean, Marvel does that, but
I feel like I'm forgetting the actor's name. The guy who plays Saul Goodman is such a strong actor, and like what he brought to the show was like so like he was just such a strong like side character that I feel like branching off into his own thing I feel like works really well. It's just those side characters I don't really give a shit about. Like in terms
all the
of
side characters
from Better Call Saul. Like the Breaking Bad characters were funny, like Badger and Combo and like Jesse's little crew and whatnot.
Yeah.
And the family and whatnot, like Walt Jr. Like there's just I don't know. I feel like they wrote that series so like it was so strong. Better Call Saul, I feel like I don't know. Maybe it just takes a bit to get good.
Yeah,
but I really like Breaking Bad.
It takes a while to get into it. Then that makes sense.
Because Breaking Bad, it's like you hit the ground running like immediately. That pilot.
You know what movie y'all should talk about on your next podcast?
What?
Go watch the movie Legends.
What's that about?
What was that?
Well, you know with Tom Hardy, but he plays the 2 twins of the mafia.
No.
Because they were talking about mafia,
Legends.
Legends. Legends is a good movie. It was like when I saw it, like that's a good movie. Like I know y'all probably watched The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
I still haven't.
Really?
Yeah.
You need to watch.
You haven't watched Joker.
I haven't seen.
You gotta watch The
I
Great
haven't seen
Gatsby
it.
too.
Great Gatsby, I never saw.
Yeah. Everyone's watched it. That's a great. You
I've
watched it?
No.
Is Great
That's
Gatsby?
crazy.
Who made
Wolf of
Great
Wall
Gatsby?
Street.
I haven't. You know what's funny? I
It's
haven't seen The Revenant though.
Revenant.
I
didn't see The
that
Revenant.
one.
I haven't seen it.
It's the one with the bear, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I also heard that the new on Top Gun. Is
I haven't
Maverick.
It's good.
Yeah,
Maverick.
I haven't
It's
seen it. Yeah.
it's sick. Like my brother went to go see it. He said, "Yo, that movie was fire."
I
Yeah.
haven't seen it.
But I want to see the original one first before I even get to the second one.
Well,
So
what
it's
do you
like, what's
mean
the
you
point?
haven't seen the original one?
You saw the original one?
Yeah.
I haven't
it
seen
was like a
Top
while
Gun. I haven't
ago.
seen the original. Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of movies. I
Yeah,
gotta, like,
Rossi has
catch
to
up.
catch up on a lot of movies.
But
That's crazy.
Sandman first, because that was a
Yeah,
good show.
I want to read
Like,
it first.
The first 8 minutes I saw so far of the show, and it's just basically like a rogue nightmare goes out, and he's like in charge of the whole dream world, and that's it. That's the premise.
Yeah, he's Morpheus, right? Isn't it Morpheus?
I don't know if he's
Or is it-
Morpheus. Oh, maybe.
The main character is Morpheus. I don't know.
Okay,
Sandman's
yeah, King of
like Morpheus.
God of Dreams,
Wait,
right?
Morpheus.
God of Dreams. Yeah.
Different, not Matrix or.
Because that's why
yeah.
he's based on it.
More, he's like it's like the thing of dreams or whatever. Whatever.
All right.
Nah.
Oh.
So, this has been the CarboLoad podcast. It's
been good.
We didn't do an intro yet, but I'm sure we can add that in
Yeah,
later.
we got it in
so.
post.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. What is this? What's the name of it?
CarboLoad.
CarboLoad.
Yeah.
All right. Before we even end it, why did y'all call it the CarboLoad?
I think we just said it the first episode, and I'm like, that sounds like a good name for
Yeah,
the podcast.
because
It's fun.
you're eating a lot of carbs, and I like to do that, and I
Yeah.
feel like Cade does too. So
I love carbs.
that's the origin.
That's not it.
That's
No,
gotta be
there's
it.
no way.
There's no
Nah.
other
I forgot what we were talking about, but something. We brought up CarboLoad.
CarboLoad. Yeah, I mean, if you look up CarboLoad on YouTube, it also pops up with The Office. So I mean, like, there's one episode that just got really popular because
Some
of
other
it.
stuff that pops up around.
Skip
it, too.
that and go to us, okay? So thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Again, it's been
Oh, it's your boy Will. You feel me?
It's Joe. How's it going?
And Kato.
and Hawk. Thank you guys for watching, and hope you have an amazing day.
Later.
Peace out.
Love you.
Yeah.